Yo, 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 what's up, LA Live Gang? This is your boy AC, and I'm back with another special live stream edition of LA Sports Live. You guys see the thumbnail, you see the title, man. I almost slept, I almost slept right on through this evening's drama involving the LA Lakers. Um, shout out to Lakers over everything, man, for hitting me up, waking me up. I had to actually get up and come to work, but I was missing out on all the news, man. So what's up, everybody? If you're a Lakers fan, I know you've heard the latest news. The latest news, the saga continues and the drama is starting to heat up. First of all, salute to everybody coming through the stream. You guys make sure you hit that like button. It really helps the channel out, and I really appreciate it. It helps, um, when you guys hit the like button, it gets YouTube to send the video out more, man, and we can reach more people, and we can grow the channel and get more people on the stream. So you guys gotta hit that like button for me. And speaking of growing, I mean, I think I just did the 1,500 subscriber video um, 3 days ago or something along those lines, and I just happened to check the subscriber count today, and we already blew past 1,700 in like less than a week, like 4 days. I mean, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. But I want to give a shout out to all of you guys who support the channel, come through, um, subscribe and check me out. I really appreciate that, man. It means a lot. And I never thought, you know, I never thought would people would want to listen to me talk about the Lakers. But anyway, cool. So yeah, we shot past 1,700 subscribers. So we on the road to 2,000, and let's get it done. Anyway, let's get to the topic at hand, and we got a extra topic as well concerning this Lakers and Kyrie trade. Anyway, you guys see the thumbnail, you see the title. Um, so I don't know, man. Things that had this trade talk between the Lakers and the Nets concerning Kyrie and Russell Westbrook. We had hit a little low. We had hit a little low, and it was getting kind of boring until this evening. To this evening, and we got word that Russell Westbrook had indeed fired his longtime agent. Um, we had heard reports a couple of days ago that Russ had demanded a trade. Uh, that was there was some speculation about that, but that was never really confirmed. And also this evening, it had came out that Russell wants a trade. I didn't hear the comments directly from his agent, but my understanding is the comments from his agent suggested that Russ wanted a trade. But as soon as I heard that start to circulate, I had no less than three to four LA Laker beat writers here in Los Angeles immediately tweet and say that's not true. That Russell does not want a trade from the Lakers. So you know who knows what to believe, but um, Ryan, I could tell you for sure, Ryan Ward and Dan Woke, Woike, reported that Russ has not. I repeat, Ryan Ward and Don and whatever fuck Woke. I forgot his name. Anyway, they immediately tweeted and said that's not true. Russ has not requested a trade. So who knows who knows what to believe, but the fact of the matter is, um, you might want to ask yourself, well, why would Russ fire his agent? What is he displeased about, or what's the issue? Why would he fire an agent that he's had for over 10 years, and he picked up his option or whatever. So obviously he wants to stay in Los Angeles, but there's like conflicting reports, man. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to know what to believe, but I'm gonna kind of give my opinion on what I think is going on, and I don't have any proof of this whatsoever, but it's just kind of like you hear all kind of things, and then you kind of compile all the stuff that you hear, you try to make sense of it, and then you try to figure out, if you're not directly involved, it's all speculation. But if you kind of just compile everything you hear and you know try to make sense of it, here's kind of like what I think is going on, behind closed scenes, because the vibe definitely changed, right? The vibe definitely changed um from last weekend to early this week. um there's definitely a divide. I don't know if LeBron and Russell Westbrook are talking or not, but we saw at was maybe two summer league games ago where, yeah, I think it was last weekend, where LeBron, several other members of the Lakers organization, players, management, were at the not G League, the summer league game. Um, excuse me, LeBron and his crew, they sat underneath the basket, and Russ sat by himself right next to Lakers bench. That was the same time when we saw Russ, trying to coach up the summer league team and all that kind of stuff. But it was well documented that another Lakers showed up to the arena. They all went over and acknowledged LeBron James. Um, every every person who was directly or indirectly associated with the Lakers organization went over, shook hands, and dapped it up or whatever with LeBron James. Um, Russell Westbrook never went over there, and a couple of guys that are associated with the Lakers, they ignored um, they ignored Russell Westbrook altogether, man. So there's something going on there. There's something going on. Um, Russ is no dummy. Russ is no dummy, so I'm pretty sure he's been hearing. Well, I have no doubt he's been hearing all this stuff that has been going on. What's up, everybody in the chat? What's up? What's up, Eric? So Westbrook cannot be moved. Now, I wouldn't say he couldn't be moved. Just say maybe a little bit more difficult, and the Lakers may have to do something that they don't want to do. The Lakers don't want to give up all these picks to um to the Brooklyn Nets. But now I would say the Lakers have kind of lost a little bit of leverage. I mean, they already look desperate, but now all this strife and drama has come out concerning Russ. Russ fires his agent. Um, maybe not. Russ is talking to LeBron, or LeBron's not talking to Russ. It just makes things more difficult in my eyes to bring Russ back. You know, it just makes it more difficult, because it's not going to be a good situation, man. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn what Darvin Ham says, man. All this stuff that's been coming out saying publicly, directly or indirectly in the media, tweets and all this other kind of stuff. Agents getting fired, LeBron tweeting, Rich Paul tweeting. You know, there's no way, man, you can bring Russ back to his team and expect to have a successful, calm, peaceful season. Um, Now I think Indiana is still. I think Indiana is still in play. We talked about it on the stream earlier about the two teams who have. Well, I don't know if you were talking about moving Russ to Indiana, or those other ancillary deals like with Buddy Hill and all that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the status on that is. But I absolutely think Russ can be traded. But what I think is going to happen, man, is you see this situation kind of spiraling out of control. Um, Things are getting a little bit out of hand. It's not, and right now it's not really a good look on the Lakers. I mean, if you're a Lakers fan, if you follow the Lakers, you're kind of used to there being a lot of drama swirling around the team, but this is it's getting kind of ridiculous. Russ is playing the same game. He's playing the same game as everybody else. The Lakers, they come out and say stuff in the media. They put out stories to further their narrative in the media. LeBron James and his camp, they do the same thing. And so now Russ, he's kind of, he's kind of taking a page out of their playbook and going on the offensive, because I really truly believe that he doesn't want to leave LA, but he may be, he may be kind of sort of semi getting pushed out. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but it's turning into a sticky situation, man. It turned into a sticky situation. Um, I've heard a lot of talk online. Um, and well, I never did really share my thoughts. Look, we all know how LeBron James operates, and I'm not saying this to talk crap about LeBron, but LeBron, a lot of times, man, from what I've seen, that he's probably not direct about certain things with certain people. When he feels a certain way, especially uh, if the person who's involved is probably not going to like whatever he's thinking or whatever. Um, he's not a direct person, so I think he's kind of like one of these people, man. Uh, I think LeBron is kind of like one of those people, man, who, in some cases, man, he may say one thing, he might say one thing to your face, but operate totally different, behind closed doors, and that's life. Not everybody's gonna be upfront. Nobody, no, some people are not always gonna keep it 100 for whatever reason. So in this case, it could be a situation where LeBron's telling Brody one thing in person, and then behind closed doors, uh, LeBron is instructing Rob Pelinka to move heaven and earth in order to get Kyrie in here. And LeBron James calls shots when things go south. You know, hey, you have to take credit, good or bad. If you're making decisions, you got to be responsible, good or bad. But my whole thing is, um, if that's look, I can say that that's what I believe. That LeBron might be saying one thing, in person, and a different and behind closed doors. Because look what happened last season. Look what happened last season. LeBron traded Kyle. Well, I shouldn't say that. The Lakers traded, or I guess you could say LeBron traded. But anyway, the Lakers traded KCP, Monster Trez, and Kyle Kuzma to the Wizards for Russell Westbrook. Monster Trez and KCP are clutch clients. So, I mean, do you think that? I mean, they're clutch clients. So, it means, they're basically kind of like damn near not business partners, but more like frat brothers, because they share the same agent. Do you think LeBron went to them and told them, "Look, we're gonna trade you for Russ"? I don't think so. And the reason why I say I don't think so is because things that were said after the fact in the media by Trez, and things that were said by KCP. Um, Trez took some subtle shots at LeBron after the trade and the Lakers, and KCP took some subtle shots against the Lakers. And you guys, hey, I even did a video about it last year, um, where the Lakers got off to a bad start, Washington got off to a better start, and KCP was laughing about it. You guys remember that? He was laughing about it. So that kind of led me to believe that there was kind of some sour grapes, um, or whatever you want to call it, with KCP and Trez, and Kuz kept it. Kuz kept it professional because he was like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna get a fresh start, and I'm out." But I think definitely Trez and KCP took it a little bit more personal, being that they are both with Clutch clients, and they were ultimately moved. They were all Where the hell is that coming from, the freeway? Anyway, they were ultimately moved. They were his brothers at Clutch, and they were ultimately moved for Russell Westbrook, and you know, people gonna feel a certain kind of way. They're gonna feel a certain kind of way. Both of those guys had to their families and move across country, and they probably weren't happy about it. They probably weren't happy about it. LeBron has to take accountability when things are bad, and has not taken it in 3 of the 4 years in the purple and gold. Some kind of way, man, he does some kind of way he does kind of duck the criticism. After this past season, he did come out and say, "Hey, man, this was a bad season," or whatever. Didn't take too much accountability during the season. And you guys remember, Laker fans really got on his ass. Laker fans really got on his ass after some really bad subpar um, performances this season, to the point where he had to come out and tweet and apologize. You guys remember that? So, um, yeah, he has taken a little bit of responsibility, man. But that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is, Eric, man. I know a lot of people kind of make a big deal about it or whatever, but certain people they're just gonna get preferential treatment. And LeBron's not the kind of guy. He's not the kind of guy, man, that's gonna always accept responsibility for things when they go bad. It's just not him, man. Look, no man that walks this earth is perfect. We all have our faults, and one one of LeBron James' faults is, he does show some classic traits of some of these millennials. So anyway, I don't want to jump into that, but anyway, it is what it is. It is what it is. So um, how's this going to affect the trade for the Lakers? Like I said, man, it does kind of throw a monkey wrench into the Lakers program, because if they end up losing leverage, if they do end up looking more desperate, um, and wanting and needing to move Russ, because now it kind of like I said before, I don't see no way they can bring Russ back and expect to have a successful season, because I don't trust him, man. I don't trust him. He's like a ticking time bomb, and he may report to camp and and claim and portray to be all in, but if things start going bad, man, I don't think it'll take much. If things start going bad, I don't trust what Russ may do or say on the court or off the court, because Russ had plenty of opportunities last season to right the ship, to kind of turn things around, and he for the most part he didn't. So I don't really trust him. So I think what the Lakers need to do now is, the Lakers need to regroup. They maybe need to huddle up this weekend. You know, maybe stay quiet. Maybe stay quiet and see if these things die down this weekend. Um, Undoubtedly, they're gonna look. As far as I know, the Lakers, they won tonight in their summer league, so that means they'll advance to the tournament. So there are going to be more Laker games at Summer League. So more opportunity for more players, and so areas to keep going down there. And there's still going to be a lot of talk and a lot of buzz about the Lakers down in Vegas. So that's one thing. But what I think the Laker organization need to do is just try to play it cool, regroup this weekend, and see how things go. See what narratives is being pushed. They might want to, you might see you might see a story drop this weekend. I'm pretty sure of it. You might see a story drop this weekend in favor of the Lakers, and the story might say, "Look, Lakers are standing firm, with their trade negotiations." Like I reported earlier, they might still try to push that narrative that they will not be punked and will not be bullied into giving up multiple picks when it's not necessary. You might see one of those stories come out this weekend, or you might see the Lakers fold. You might see the Lakers fold, and there's a case. There's definitely a case to be made that maybe they should. Maybe they should just throw in the towel, put the best foot forward, go ahead and offer the two first round picks. Um, take Steph. I mean, not Steph. Seth. Take Seth. Give up the first round picks and be done with this trade. One can make a very compelling argument for the Lakers to go ahead and do this, because now the second part of this scenario is another suitor has emerged for Kyrie Irving. Now, I don't know how true this story is, but like I said, every time something comes out, you have to take a look at it, you have to analyze it. Some people say you have to take it with a grain of salt, but now there are reports out of Miami that the Miami Heat are interested in Kyrie and are offering Kyle Lowry. So um, that's an interesting dynamic. Um, I think Kyrie makes a little bit more than Kyle Lowry, so there's that. Uh, there's that. But I don't know if they're really a serious suitor now. Maybe they should be. If you move Kyrie down to Miami with Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Neutron in the game, uh, that's a nice little team. I don't know. I don't know how Kyrie would feel about going to Miami. I don't know. I don't know how you would feel about that, but it's interesting. Maybe that's a real thing. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe it's just a made up thing. Maybe it's just a made up thing in favor of Brooklyn, right? To put more pressure on the Lakers to just go ahead and give in and make the trade for Kyrie, because they want them to feel like maybe there's other teams uh, that might be looking to make a move for Kyrie. Man, I don't know, man. It's really I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that Miami? You think that Miami story of them pursuing Kyrie Irving and possibly trading Kyle Lowry is true? I don't know. I tend to think not. I tend to think not. I don't think. I don't even know how many years is left. I have to look it up. How many years are left on Kyle Lowry's contract? Let's see. Let's just see here. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, Lowry. Yeah. Okay. He got a 3 year, $85 million deal. So you're correct. He has 2 years left, and he'll be 37 at the end of that contract. and it's only 29 million, and Kyrie makes 37. So they would have to add something else in, like maybe a Tyler Hero or Jimmy Neutron. So so see, you see, you see Sean Ireland. He's right. Sean Ireland is right. Lakers need to fold and just give up the picks. Then Sean Ireland says Nets trading for Lowry doesn't make sense at all. It doesn't, and that's why I say. Oh, let me go ahead and finish it. And he has 2 years left on his contract. Look, that's why I said, man, you really have to kind of analyze these stories, figure out what kind of point of view they're coming from, and then once you do that, then you figure out, well, damn, does this shit even make sense? Do you think it even makes sense? And the Nets trading for a 37-year-old point guard, I don't think that makes any sense at all. Frederick Williams says, do you think LeBron will sign the 2 years with the Lakers if they get Kyrie? Um, yeah, I think he'll sign the extension. I don't think LeBron has any. I don't think LeBron has any desires to leave LA. Now, like I said, a lot of this stuff you hear in the media, that's just negotiation. That's just posturing. What 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 team, you know, if he were to leave after next season, I guess he would be a free agent. So, wherever team he went to, he just would be a free agent. So it wouldn't really entail that team tearing the team apart to get him. Um, if he went to another team, he would go to a contender. Most of these contending teams are capped out, so that would entail him probably taking less money. LeBron's not interested in doing that. He wants to stay in LA, make his money, do his thing with his businesses, spend time with his family, and he wants to make the Lakers stay competitive to keep them relevant. That's LeBron's MO. I can't say that I think there's something wrong with it, and that's just the way it is. When the Lakers decide to trade for LeBron James, there's certain things that are involved in that. It just comes with the territory. But at the same time, listen, a lot of people think, like I said before, there's this belief that LeBron wields and holds a lot of power with the Lakers and all that kind of stuff, and which I think he does to a certain extent. But he doesn't run the team. They make their own decisions, and a lot of times they will make decisions to kind of capitulate to him just because it's in the best interest of both parties. It's in the best interest of LeBron, and it's in the best interest of the Lakers to continue to sell tickets and try to stay relevant. But the Lakers don't want to mortgage their future trying to help LeBron win more championships. I mean, they've made that point clear. But what LeBron will do, like I said before, what LeBron will do that certain other players don't do is, look. There's been plenty of players who flexed on their teams. There's been plenty of players who manipulated their teams and made requests and made demands. But that's usually always done behind closed doors. It's usually it's usually always done in private. LeBron chooses to do it publicly. Directly, indirectly. He has his main man, Shams, which is pretty much his. Excuse me, guys. I'm sleepy, man. Um, Shams. Whenever there's breaking news concerning LeBron James, any breaking news concerning Clutch Sports, why is it always that it's usually Shams that drops it first? There's a reason behind that, and hell, you might as well. I wouldn't be surprised if Shams was fucking represented by Clutch Sports. Wouldn't be surprised at all. So, like I said, that's the main thing that separates LeBron, from Uh, hold on. And the link is in the chat, man. If anybody wants to come through, the link is in the chat. But that's just the thing that I see. You guys might have a different opinion on it, but that's just what I see. That's what I see is the difference between LeBron and other star players. Look, Shaq used to make demands, with the Lakers and with other teams. He used to make demands. His last demand got his ass traded, but he used to make demands, you know. And I mean, I saw an interview with him talking about how he was making demands um, in Orlando, and he made the Orlando Magic acquire. If you guys, well, I don't know, if y'all go back that far, but he wanted Horace Grant from the Bulls, and he made the Orlando Magic go out and get him. So, but it was never public. It was all done in private. And Shaq told him, "If you don't do this, I'm going to leave." This was before he left and went to the Lakers. So players do this. It's not an unheard of thing, but I kind of think LeBron's kind of taking it to a whole new level. It is what it is, man. It is what it is, and I'm pretty fair. I'm not gonna judge LeBron on that because he has an agenda. There's nothing wrong with him marching to the beat of his own drum because the teams they've been doing it forever. The teams always are going to operate in the best interest of each individual team, and so it seems like a lot of people have an issue when the player like LeBron, or in particular like LeBron, decides he's going to do the same thing, and he's going to do the same thing. He realizes, understands that he's a very powerful individual, a force to be reckoned with. LeBron was anointed. I repeat, LeBron was anointed the king and all this other kind of stuff, not by himself, but by the media. And now everybody wants to hate on him because he takes advantage of the shit. I that's kind of weird to me, man. That's kind of weird to me, but oh well, it is what it is. Um, let's see. Hold on, man, guys. Drop the link in the chat if anybody wants to come in. Um, but you know what? My gut feeling is as to what will happen. We'll see. We'll see how if things get any uglier this weekend, because they could. Things could get a little bit more uglier this weekend, and I'm gonna predict that if they do, if more things come out in the media, more pressure being applied by LeBron James and Clutch Sports, more pressure trying to be applied by Russell Westbrook and his group, his brother and his family or whoever who's helping him. Um, if things get more uglier than what they already are, I think the Lakers are gonna fold. I really do because I don't think they want to risk losing Kyrie Irving. Um, the team does need more shooting. I don't give a damn what nobody says. As 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 currently constituted, our shooting is not good. But if you go ahead and secure a player like Kyrie Irving, by the way, you can bring a Seth Curry as well. Okay, now we'll and if you trade him for Russ or in the picks or whatever the case may be, if you do that, excuse me. Okay, well now you got two shooters. Now you got two legit shooters in Kyrie Irving and Seth Curry. and and more than likely you were able to accomplish that without trading uh, Kendrick Nunn, and and basically, you guys, some people, I mean, you kind of forget, but if Kendrick Nunn um, is healthy and he's able to stay with the Lakers and contribute, that's like a free agent acquisition. I mean, because he was on the team last season, but he didn't get to do nothing. And by all accounts, I mean, the Lakers got him on a deal at $5 million, but by all accounts, he's a much better. He's worth a lot more than that, and he was slated to be a player that was going to significantly contribute to the Lakers, but they couldn't get anything out of him because he was hurt. So he could be another shooter. You know what I'm saying? I don't know his numbers right offhand, but you know, you add Kyrie, you add Seth, and then all of a sudden you have a healthy Kendrick Nunn. Okay, now you got some decent shooting in your backcourt. You got some decent shooting in your backcourt, and now you don't have to push players like Lonnie Walker, and maybe the rookie, the rookie Max, or even some of the young players like Austin Reeves. You don't have to push them to the forefront because you have more established vets that will start, and then players like Austin Reeves and Lonnie Walker or whatever, they can play backup roles, which I think they're more suited for anyways. It's just my opinion, especially if you have Seth and Kyrie, they're obviously going to start. All right. What's up, my brothers? Perspective vlog X Lakers fandom is definitely like Game of Thrones. And oh, by the way, next month Game of Thrones is back. I'm gonna talk about that on my other channel. I'll let you guys know about the other channel. But Game of Thrones will be back on HBO next month. Um, yeah, yeah, that's something. If the Lakers give 27 and 29, they still have 25, 6 and 20. Yeah, you talking? Yeah, that's something about nobody talks about. That the Lakers do have other picks. They're just not available to trade right at this moment. So it's not going to be the end of the world, but we all know that the Lakers are, they're just treading lightly, and I also think they had other deals on the back burner. I think what the Lakers were trying to do is they were trying to do at least two deals. They were going to try and see if they could get Kyrie on the low for one draft pick, and then they were going to move to other teams like Indiana or whatever, and possibly get like Buddy Hield or something of that nature. But given the recent events, given the recent situation, and how things have kind of changed, and how this this damn soap opera with Russell Westbrook, um, the Lakers might not have that luxury. They may not have that luxury to wait around. They may not have that luxury to play it safe and only negotiate to send one pick, because I think the Lakers strongly believe that they're the only really. I mean, other teams know that Kyrie ultimately wants to end up on the Lakers, so I'm pretty sure the Lakers feel that they would be negotiating against themselves. So I think they're just really, 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 really trying to play and save and trying to skimp and not overpay for Kyrie. But one thing for certain, two things for sure. I've heard a lot of league executives just say one thing, and the one thing they say is to win in the NBA, you need talent. You need top tier talent, and although Kyrie's been kind of shaky with some of the off the court stuff, Hell, everybody's been shaky the last 24 months. It's been a lot of craziness going on in this world. But you can't deny Kyrie's star power. You can't deny Kyrie's natural ability, and you can't deny that Kyrie, he's a top 10 basketball talent. Period. Point. Period. Full stop. And when you have the opportunity to acquire a player of that stature, I don't care about all these little exterior perimeter issues that people like to talk about. I don't care about those. The bottom line is he's a top tier talent, and when you have the opportunity to acquire top tier talent, you do it. You pull out all the stops. Look what they gave up for Anthony Davis. A lot, you know. Um, like I said before, those players that they gave up for Anthony Davis, Lonzo, Josh Hart, Brandon Ingram, those were not trash players. They're just not. They're not trash players. All those players have gone on to be extended by their current teams, and they're making a lot of money, and they're going to have long careers in the NBA. They gave up multiple picks for Anthony Davis as well. They're still paying for it, but the Lakers were able to get a championship out of it. So that's something they got to think about, man. And like I said, and I think most of us in here believe and probably would agree that if worst come to worst, and the last final offer or the whatever from if the Nets come to the Lakers and say, look, July 20th is the cutoff. July 20th, we want to hear your last best final offer for Kyrie Irving. I have no doubt in my mind. I have no doubt in my brain that if they were to give the Lakers some kind of ultimatum by that date, I know damn well, the Lakers better be sending the email, text, or whatever the hell, or however they want to do it, how they do it. They better be sending some type of correspondence to the Nets, and it better say, "We will give you the 2 first-round picks. Fuck it, we have to have Kyrie." I firmly believe that that's what's going to happen when the dust settles and the Nets tell them to put up or shut up. They'll give it up. They'll give up them picks, man, because the Lakers are no dummies, man. They need you got an Asian superstar, like LeBron James. You got another superstar who has a very sketchy injury history. They are thinking about the future, kind of, sort of. They know where LeBron eventually is going to retire. They have no idea. They don't have any assurance that LeBron's going to be here past next season. Even though more than likely, I think we all agree that he will be. But they have no way of knowing that for sure. So I think it's in their best interest moving forward for the future to trade for Kyrie. For the next 3 or 4 seasons. So they can remain um, relevant, remain competitive. Because LeBron could walk after next season. LeBron could break the record. He could go in and score his points this season, break Kareem's record, become the all-time leading scorer, and he may decide to walk away. You never know. You just never know. And if that were to happen, some people will say, "Well, okay, fine. They would just have cap room." But no, if you have a chance to secure a talent like Kyrie, the Lakers better do it. That's all I have to say, man. That's all I have to say, man. But anyway, you guys, I'm gonna cut this stream short. I appreciate everybody coming through to the stream. Perspective Vlog X, Lakers fandom. You guys go make sure you subscribe to that channel. That's my main man, EA Crespo. We go back a long ways. Diehard Laker fan. I believe he's a coach, very knowledgeable about the ins and outs of basketball. Go check out his channel, Perspective Vlog X Lakers Fandom. Salute to Frederick Williams for coming through. I appreciate it, man. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Shout out as always to Sean Ireland. Thank you for coming through. Shout out to Eric Kwan, Frederick Williams. Thank you guys for coming through. And shout out to me for being at work overnight and having to do what I got to do. And once again, thanks to all you guys who's coming through. We're gonna end the stream. We'll be back tomorrow with another any fresh news jumps off. Um, we'll be back tomorrow, and also you guys make sure you guys subscribe to Lakers Over Everything. Just how it sounds, Lakers Over Everything, because he'll be coming with a fresh live stream tomorrow of his Laker news and talk. And so you guys make sure you check him out tomorrow as well. Anyway, guys, if anything else jumps off tonight, I'll be here. And like I said, if anything significant jumps off tonight, I'll be back. Otherwise, I'll be back tomorrow with all the latest news. And also, like I said, we're kind of like a little network over here, guys. But make sure you subscribe to Lakers Over Everything because he will have a fresh episode, a live episode of Lakers Talk. And one more time, you guys make sure you subscribe to Perspective Vlog X Lakers Fandom. Good channel, good man, and I think you guys really will enjoy the content over there. Anyway, like I always say, this is your boy AC LA Sports Live. Somebody go ahead and hit that outro for me. I'm out of here. I'll rap with y'all later.